Funding for the U.S. government will be cut off at the end of Tuesday unless President Donald Trump's Republican Party can agree with opposition Democrats on a way forward on a spending bill. That could bring some, but not all, U.S. government services to a temporary halt. Although budget confrontations are common in U.S. politics, this spending fight is especially tense because Trump has spent the last 9 months drastically cutting the size of the national government.
Why might the U.S. government shut down? Simply put, any shutdown will be the result of an inability of the two parties to come together and pass a bill funding government services into October and beyond. The Republicans control both chambers of Congress, but in the Senate, or upper chamber, they are short of the 60 votes they need to pass a spending bill.
Democrats, therefore, have some leverage in this case. They refuse to back a bill introduced by Republicans that they say will make it harder for Americans to afford health care, and have made this standoff primarily about advancing their health care policy goals. They are calling for an extension of tax credits that make health insurance cheaper for millions of Americans, which are set to expire, and for a reversal of cuts to Medicaid that have been made by Trump. They also oppose spending cuts to the Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, and National Institutes of Health, or NIH.
House and Senate situation. A stopgap bill was earlier passed in the House, or lower chamber, but is yet to clear the Senate.
When would the shutdown happen? If no deal is struck at 00101 EDT on Wednesday, 0501 BST, the U.S. will have its first shutdown for nearly 7 years. The last time the government shuttered was at the end of 2018, during Trump's first term. Both sides are making last-ditch efforts trying to avoid a repeat. On Monday, Trump met all 4 congressional leaders, the top Democrats in the House and Senate, as well as their Republican counterparts. But there was little progress, and both sides appear to have dug deeper into their positions.
What's the likelihood of a shutdown? At this point, prospects for some kind of government shutdown appear high, and Vice President J.D. Vance said as much after Trump met the congressional leaders on Monday. On the Republican side, Trump administration officials have been unwilling so far to offer any substantive concessions. They appear to believe Democrats, as the side making demands in exchange for keeping the government open, will bear the brunt of the public's blame, as they have in some past shutdowns. Democrats, meanwhile, believe their push for preserving health insurance subsidies is a popular one.
Democrats' strategy was more their congressional leaders provoked the ire of left-wing activists for backing down during the last budget bout in March. Many Democrats are itching for a bigger fight this time around, and funding the government is one of the only places where their party has some leverage.
This was the first part of the video. We will post the second part soon, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.